Hey everybody, welcome to the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast. My name's Chris with chrisbello.com. Today we have a very special guest, Grant Nichols, who is one of the co-founders of a company called BluWave Analytics. So he's going to talk about the importance of data and how they're helping various clients of theirs to sift through data and make sense of it to make smart business decisions. So without further ado, let's get to the interview. Hey Grant, welcome to the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast. For our listeners, this is Grant Nichols, one of the founders, I believe. You have co-founders?
Yep. Yeah.
Co-founders of BluWave Analytics. And let's just go ahead and dive right in. Can you talk a little bit about your background, your experience, and just give the audience some background on BluWave and what you're up to?
Yeah. And I'm honored to be on. Thank you, Chris. So I grew up in Atlanta originally. I moved to the Appalachian Mountains at a young age, and then I attended UNC Charlotte. Always had this entrepreneurial mindset. My family owned businesses, my family friends own businesses, things like that. So I grew up in a really entrepreneurial mindset. Once I attended UNC Charlotte, me and my two partners were all working for different multi-level marketing companies. And we were all pretty good friends. And, the whole multi-level marketing thing just wasn't working out for us. We were like, there's got to be something better than this. And they're just really holding us back. So we found a problem in the small to medium-sized business market, a real big data problem. And then we founded BluWave. And we founded back in April 30th. And, officially launched just last month. And we're actually going to turn a profit in our first month, and just trying to get out there and grind as much as we can, really.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome to hear. I know a lot of companies, they chug along and it takes them a while to turn a profit. So that's a pretty big feat. And I look forward to getting a little more insight on your strategy and everything. So what are some of the main problems that you guys are looking to solve in the market?
We found three common main problems for small to medium-sized businesses. The number one problem is they're always drowning in data. They've got all these different platforms. They've got all these different resources and services, and they're all compiling data every single day within their business. And the biggest problem is them not being able to see their data, not being able to collect their data in one location, and not being able to visualize what they're doing, how they're doing, and how they can do much better. So those are the three main problems that we've solved, and we're trying to push into the market right now with our services.
That's a very good problem to have, because there's no point of having a ton of data if you're not actually looking at it and you don't understand what it's showing. Because going back to my corporate experience in oil and gas, I remember I worked with SAP. You'd have reports that spit out literally 70 columns of data, and you got to go through and find what's important. What does this data mean? And it could be telling you, you have no idea what the data says, but once you put it in a certain view and you actually analyze it in a certain way, you're like, oh my gosh, we're losing this much money, or this product line is not profitable at all. What's going on, right? So it's very important to be able to slice and dice the data like that. I know you said you turned a profit in your first month. How about you talk to us a little bit about the clients or the customers you're going after? What does your strategy look like? Are you cold calling? Are you cold emailing? What does that look like?
So we've got a handful of really happy clients right now, trying to keep them happy, doing pretty good so far. But our strategy for growth within this next year is doing a couple of big partnerships with different agencies so that we can offer our services through those agencies for a discounted price, basically. Another strategy is really just growing the right team. So that's really important to us. And we really look for other entrepreneurs that don't yet have a business. We actually go after them to build the right team that have that same kind of mindset to get out there and grind and be able to do the work and get some really good experience within our company before going out on their own. So we really want to harness those soft skills and be able to help them grow as well, kind of teach them what we've taught ourselves on our own journey, and just be able to grow with the right people at the right time and grow a really great team. Another thing we're wanting to do consistently is just create an efficient and helpful experience for all of our clients. And word of mouth is really powerful. Networking is very powerful, and businesses talk to other businesses all the time. And that's really going to build our brand in the long term, creating this experience for clients, this great communication, transparency, and delivery that we offer them. I think we'll really be able to build our company using those values.
That's exciting. And I guess it would be great to have you on another episode in the future just to check in and see the progress and how you're tracking according to your plan for 2019.
Oh yeah. Well, we crushed year 1 and year 2 goals already. So we already had to reorganize that.
It's
We'll
good.
see how it goes.
It's always good. I mean, if you can crush your goals, that's exciting because you sometimes set goals that you think are big, but then once you start doing the work, you're like, man, we finished that pretty easily, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How about any tips or knowledge or feedback on people who are just starting off? Do you have anything you want to share with the audience on how to gain that initial traction? How do you stay focused? Because there's so many things. Do you send an email and then do you cold call? Do you go walk into a store? How do you come up with a strategy and a game plan that makes sense for your business?
Well, if you're just starting off, what we did is we did a ton of research and development. That is very important for a business, no matter what. Just kind of get your ideas out there, talk to your mentors, go to networking events, validate your ideas, and just kind of get that assurance that, you're starting something that's useful. And also another thing whenever you're just beginning is just do it, just start. And once you start, do something little every day. Just be consistent with whatever you're doing, and also have an end game in mind. I know that's been really motivating for us, and it's really helped us kind of envision where we want to be. So we set really big long-term goals, like 10-year goals, where we want ourselves personally to be, our company to be, and that's really helped us strive for greatness. Also, talking about goals, reaching those goals, and not only setting good goals, but setting realistic goals. And once you reach those goals, it actually reinforces that confidence in yourself and within your company to even crush more goals. And that's how we did it within our first year. Another big thing is networking. So we like to create a lot of warm leads. If we get face to face with somebody, get them comfortable, get them talking about their business, and we can learn more about them, the more we can help them with our services. And yeah, we do a lot of cold calls. The conversion rates on cold calls, they're not that great.
Right. It's just a numbers game at that point.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a numbers game. And, but really you just got to get out there, network, get in front of the right people, be able to talk to the right people. At first we were talking to people that we thought was our target and we actually needed to talk to, but actually we found out that wasn't it at all. We were talking to the wrong people the whole time. Just really put yourself out there. And another thing is you're going to fail as an entrepreneur, especially a young entrepreneur with this tech age.
It's part of the recipe.
Everything going on, you're going to fail. I mean, we've failed so many times, and I know we're going to fail more. And we're looking forward to it, honestly. As long as we keep learning from those failures, keep our heads up, and just being able to push through that. One last thing is stick to your strengths. So I have 2 other partners, and we all handle different aspects of the business. Be able to know your strengths, what you're good at, and implement that within the business. We have a guy that does all the product development, all the metric building for clients. We have our sales guy, chief sales officer. He handles all the sales operations. And then you have me. I'm just the CEO. I do a lot of big partnerships and things like that. But, build a great team, some people you can trust, have a close connection with them. I'm so thankful for my partners, Shane and Daniel. They've motivated me personally, and we just continuously motivate each other just to do better and do greater things for us and our company.
That's good because the team and the culture is so important in making sure you are all on the same bus and you have the same goals and the same vision. So you shared a lot of good points back there. I mean, networking is huge. Making sure you're networking with the right people, because if you're going to the wrong events, I used to do that when I first started off. I'd go to the general events and I'm like, man, this guy's trying to sell me insurance and that guy's trying to sell me something else. And it was a lack of focus.
Yeah.
But as you start getting more into your niche and you know what your target looks like, you're able to have more meaningful conversations and generate those warm leads. And another thing that you said that really stood out to me was setting big goals, but also make sure that they're realistic. If you're setting goals that you're constantly missing and you're shooting for the moon and you land among the stars or whatever, that's good, but you still kind of feel like, man, I'm never hitting any of the goals that I set. So I think it's really important to set big goals that are somewhat realistic instead of, I think I mentioned that on a recent podcast. You can't say, I want to gain 100 pounds of muscle this week, because it's impossible, even with steroids, I would imagine. Was there anything else that you wanted to add or or would you like to share where our listeners can find out about you, about BluWave, and maybe reach out to your co-founders as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. First of all, you can go to our website. That's BluWaveAnalytics.com, BluWave Analytics.com. You can also go to our Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn pages. Our Instagram handle is BluWave_Analytics. Our Facebook is BluWave Analytics, and our LinkedIn is BluWave LLC. So go check us out. We'll actually tag ourselves in some of the pictures so you can go check out our personal accounts, what we're doing. We want to have that connection with our audience and that engagement. So go
Perfect.
check out all of them. Once again, BluWave Analytics, keep us in mind.
BluWave Analytics. Well, hey, thanks so much, Grant, for joining the show. It's always great to, interview entrepreneurs at all stages, and I'm excited to see where you guys go.
Thank you. I'll keep you updated.
Awesome. Well, hey, keep in touch, and our audience will reach out with any questions, and stay tuned.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Cool. Thank you. So a few of the key takeaways that I wanted to make sure I left you with were, make sure you're going to the right networking events. You might be spinning your wheels, wasting time going to events that are too generic or maybe don't have your target audience, and you want to make sure that you get face time with the right people. Find mentors to bounce ideas off of. You're going to fail, and it's okay. Failure is totally part of the recipe. Stick to your strengths. Implement what you're good at. Make sure that your team is diverse and complements each other, so you all have different strengths. If you bring on team members that are only good at the things you're good at, you guys aren't going to have anyone to fill in the gap. So make sure that you have a diverse team. Daily motivation. You can't manage what you can't measure. Peter Drucker. Actionable steps. Go check out BluWave Analytics. I'm going to link up all of the things that we talked about, as well as the social media handles, in the show notes. Go reach out to Grant and his co-founders, check in, see how they're doing, cheer them on, check out their progress. And another actionable step I want to leave you with is to learn to utilize the data that you have available. Really think about, what data is it that you have available right now in your business, in your life? What are you tracking right now that you're not taking time to understand and analyze? Because whenever, like Peter Drucker's quote says, you can't manage what you can't measure. Once you start to measure, you can start to improve because you know how you're doing. Otherwise, you just kind of have an idea, and that's not quite as good as having numbers.
Yeah.